Hey, Cub fans! Thanks for joining us here at Randy Talks Cubs. We got a big weekend series with the Brewers coming up. Going to be a lot on the line. Probably first place in the division. I know it's early April, but it looks like the Brewers are a formidable team. So we need to take care of business in Wrigley this weekend, and I feel pretty optimistic. I think we've got opportunity here. So let's go ahead and get to know the Brewers a little bit. I hadn't really been paying a whole lot of attention up until now, but the Brewers are 19-11 currently. They just came off a win on Wednesday against the Rays. They won that game 7-1. They are 5-5 in their last 10, and their run differential is the best in the National League Central, sitting at plus 25. Interesting numbers at home: 7-7 at home, but 12-4 on the road. They're hitting as a team .259, which is fourth best in the league. We're going to find that their offensive stats compared to the rest of the league are better than their pitching stats. So they're in the top 10 in most categories in hitting. So they're fourth in team average, .259. They are second in on-base percentage at .339. Fourth in slugging at .423, and they're third in OPS at .762. So offensively, they're sort of the opposite of what we have going on. They've hit 38 home runs. That's fourth best. They've walked 115 times. That's fifth best. And they struck out 273 times. That's 13th lowest. So they're about mid-range there. They steal bases. They got 40 stolen bases. That's third best. And they've scored 157 runs. That's fourth best. So when you look at their team offensive stats, it's all pretty good, and it's pretty good across the board. They get on base. They hit for slug. They run. So it's going to be a challenge for our pitchers. Let's talk about their best hitters and the lineups that we're probably going to face. Their best hitter is William Contreras. William is hitting .345 with a .420 on base and a .538 slug. His OPS is .958. He's got 41 hits, which leads them by plenty, 25 RBIs, 5 home runs, and he leads them in at-bats, 119 at-bats. William Contreras. He's probably going to be a thorn. Bryce Terang, there's a right-handed hitting second baseman. He's hitting .309 with a .370 on base. Slugs a little bit at .433, .803 OPS. He leads them in stolen bases. He's got 30 hits. So Bryce Terang, right-handed hitter. Willie Adames had 2 home runs against the Rays on Wednesday. Shortstop Willie. He's hitting .278 with a .373 on base. .496 slug, .869 OPS with 32 hits. Willie Adames is raking. Their switch hitting center fielder Blake Perkins, he's hitting .277 with a .381 on base. .434 slug with an .815 OPS, 23 hits. Left-handed hitting left fielder Sal Frelick hitting .250, .328 on base with a .298 slug, OPS 626. He's got 26 hits. Newly acquired first baseman Rhys Hoskins, right-handed hitting. Rhys is hitting .238, .339 on base, and a .465 slug. He's got 6 home runs. He and Willie Adames each have 6 to lead them. Rhys's OPS is .804. He's got 24 hits, so Rhys seems like he's playing decently well. Their right-handed hitting right fielder Jackson Chourio, .206 average, .257 on base, .351 slug. He has 20 hits. And some of the guys we may see a little bit, not full-time, Joey Ortiz, right-handed hitter. Joey's hitting .266 with a .385 on base, .406 slug. He's got 17 hits, .791 OPS. Left-handed hitting third baseman Oliver Dunn hitting .222, OPS .586 out 14 hits. Christian Yelich is on the DL. So Christian's only played in 11 games so far. but he's got a 1.116 OPS in those 11 games, got 13 hits. So it doesn't look like we'll have to deal with Kristen Yelich. I thought I'd give you the starting lineups. Here's what they started against the Rays on Wednesday. It'll be their last game. They're off today. Sal Frelick led off. William Contreras hit second. Willie Adames was in the 3-hole. Tyler Black hit cleanup. And I found that interesting because Tyler Black is a 23-year-old. He's only played in 2 games, got 7 at-bats. But he was in the cleanup spot on Wednesday. Left-handed hitting Tyler Black. So I don't know much about him other than he's only played in 2 games. He's 23 years old. But he was in the cleanup spot. Reese Hoskins was hitting 5th. Jake Bowers was playing first base, hitting 6th. Hoskins was DHing. Let's see. 7th was Bryce Terang in the 7-hole, playing second base. 8th was Oliver Dunn, and hitting 9th was Blake Perkins. So that's the lineup that they put on the field the last time they played. Pretty formidable. They've got 5-6 guys who are really hitting the ball, hitting for power, hitting for average. So it's going to be a challenge for our pitchers. So the first matchup is, can our pitchers hold down the offense of the Brewers? And we're capable. That's why I think I like the matchup. I like the matchup because our pitchers are our strength. And if good pitching can hold down good hitting, and we can hold down this Brewers lineup, and then I think our lineup, even as it stands, has a chance to put some points on the board, get some runs on the board against this Brewer pitching staff. So let's talk about them. As a staff, their numbers as it relates to league averages are pretty much in the middle. They've got a 3.98 ERA as a team. That's ranked 18th. They've given up 35 home runs. That's the eighth most in the league. They've given up 245 hits. That's 17th. That's in the middle. And they've got 243 Ks, which is the 26th lowest. 105 bases on balls. 1.3 WHIP. It's 20th. 240 average, middle of the pack at 16. So not overwhelming statistics as a staff. So let's go into who we're going to deal with. We're going to have Joe Ross on Friday. All 3 of the pitchers we're going to face this weekend are righties. So on Friday, it'll be Joe Ross. Joe's had 5 starts, 25 innings, so he's averaging 5 innings a start. He's got a 5.40 ERA. He's given up 30 hits, 23 Ks, 12 walks, a whip elevated at 1.68, and an average against at 286. So 5.40 ERA, whip 1.68, average against 286. You would think that Joe Ross is hittable. So it looks like the matchup we have on Friday might be in our favor, and we've got Hayden Wesneski. So it'll be Joe Ross and Wesneski on Friday, and I like that matchup for us. On Saturday, it's going to be right-hander Tobias Myers. He's only had 2 starts, 10 innings. Got a 4.50 ERA, 9 hits, 9 Ks, 1 walk. So he just hasn't pitched very much, 4.50 ERA. I like our matchup on Saturday, Tobias Myers against J-Mo Tyone. So, looking at it going in, I think we have an advantage on Friday and Saturday for sure in terms of the pitching. Then, maybe so. You have to see what happens. We've got Freddie Peralta going on Sunday. Freddie's probably their ace. 3.21 ERA, 6 starts. Eats up a lot of innings. He's thrown 33 and a third. 45 strikeouts, just 9 walks. Really good whip, .86. Average against 171. So Freddie Peralta is pitching well. But we've got Javier Assad going up against him. So, how do you not like Javier Assad? So I like our matchups. Pitching matchups going into the weekend. I feel really good about it. Let's talk about some of the relievers we might see out of the crew. Looks like their closer is right-hander Joel Payamps. 4 saves, 10 and 2/3 innings, 9 Ks, 2 walks, .75 whip, .15 average against. So ERA 3.38, 12 games. So sort of closer whip numbers looks to me like Joel Payamps. The Abner Uribe, they list him as in the minors. He has 3 saves. So he was, to me, sort of a closer, late inning guy. Well, he's the guy that got into the melee with the Rays on Wednesday. So, I mean, he's down. I'm not sure what the situation is, but he's listed as in the minors. I don't know if they sent him down on purpose because he threw that first punch. Maybe they did. But also their manager, Pat Murphy, he's not going to be in the dugout. So they're coming in with a few issues. They've got right-hander Trevor McGill, reliever. He's got a 1.35 ERA in 6 2/3. Hobie Milner has pitched in 14 games. He's a lefty, 2.92 ERA, 1.14 whip. Elvis Peguero, righty, he's been in 13 games. We'll probably see him. 3.6 ERA, 1.53 whip. And they've got this lefty named Brian Hudson. He's pitched in 12 games. He's got a .52 ERA, 17 1/3 innings, 19 Ks, .69 whip, 125 average against. Brian Hudson. So I was just, I guess not confused, but just curious. He doesn't have any saves. But that's a lefty coming out of the pen, it looks like. So they've got 2 or 3 what I would call really very difficult relievers. So they've got that. They do have some pitchers on the injured list. Wade Miley, lefty, former Cub, out. Brandon Woodruff, right-hander, out. To me, that's good news on both fronts for us. Then D.L. Hall is out, and Jacob Junis is out as well. I also wanted to mention that Joey Ortiz is playing pretty well. Joey Ortiz is the young third baseman that they got in the Corbin Burns trade with the Orioles. He's doing pretty well, 266 with 385 on base, 406 slug, 791 OPS. He's got 17 hits. So Joey Ortiz is playing, and he's looking pretty good. I just thought that might be interesting. Their Gary Sanchez, he's sitting 208. He's DHing a little bit. So just a couple of guys that I forgot to mention that I wanted to get in that. So, guys, I think we're ready to go. I feel really good about the weekend. I feel really good about our matchups. It's time to. This is a big series. To me, this is the first. It's divisional. Brewers at Wrigley on the weekend. We got a 1:20 start on Friday and Saturday, and what else do you want? I mean, it's going to be awesome. So I feel like I know what I'm looking for. Looking forward to having the Brewers in. We're going for the sweep, as always. Guys, thanks for joining me here on Randy Talks Cubs. Really appreciate it. Go Cubs, go.